What's up, my people?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Podcast XYZ, the world's number fun video game podcast.
I keep forgetting you're going to say that.
Andrew Matthew, didn't see that coming.
It gets better.
But it's nevertheless just as true as last week.
Yeah.
We're excited because we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty.
We have.
Obviously. We're excited to unpack that a little bit for sure. This is, again, Media Interactive's video game podcast each and every week.
Every week.
Live on YouTube, Andrew. Live on YouTube.
People
on
can YouTube.
Just chat. They can be anonymous if they want. They can be up close and personal if they want. It's great.
Wait, how do they get on the YouTube stream, though?
They can follow us on social media, or they can find our Patreon.
Really?
Patreon.com/Media Interactive. Yes, sir. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, no
you can find us, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Each and everything we do will pretty much be uploaded there for everybody to see. There will be some exclusive content and everything coming out for our patrons over at patreon.com/Media Interactive. But
seems like you could do that in your sleep.
I probably have been, you know? I probably have been.
Just Call of Duty and Media Interactive on your mind
lately. Let me know if I actually am doing it or not. But, I'm super excited. Let's jump into some news stories before we unpack Call of Duty.
What do we got on the table?
We'll talk Mario Party as well.
For sure.
X, Y, and Z, the news stories of the week for all things video games. Number 1, PSN, PlayStation Network, has made, for the first time ever, username changes available.
So you don't have to pay for it? You could have done it before? You just have to pay for it?
No, it was never, ever possible.
You were locked into one name?
Yes.
Forever.
2006, they launched PlayStation Network, right?
Yeah.
For the PS3, and at first it was free.
2006, really?
2006, yes, because Xbox Live launched in 2003.
Okay.
So then there were 3 years where PlayStation did not have, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It might have been 2005, but either way, they launched PSN and they let you create an account, create a username, but then it was fixed. There was nothing in the code to ever go back in and change it.
That's silly.
So people have been locked in for the last 13 years.
Wow.
To their original gamertag. So imagine if you made a gamertag when you were 11,
it would be
and
terrible.
Now you're an old man.
That would be awful.
Trying to play with your kids, and your username says something, that maybe it shouldn't say.
Yeah.
But anyway, they just announced, and I mean just announced, that's like 2019, an update that's still a ways out.
So not even you can't even
do it now. No, but it's still the savior has come for these gamers and these players. I was new to PS4, so I knew about this before I made my username.
So you took time to carefully craft it.
And, CPC23 everywhere,
But for all the Dorito Slayer, girl Slayer.
No, yeah, exactly.
They're all stuck.
Yeah, the Teehee 69s on the PlayStation Network can now finally change their name, which is great. I'm sure they're itching to do that. But, what do you think about that being unavailable to do? You can't even pay for it. So it's becoming a thing where you can pay to change it, just like Xbox.
Okay, so it's not free.
They'll give you one free, just like Xbox does. But so,
I don't know. I feel like the whole thing is crazy. I feel like I never really understood why Xbox made you pay for it in the first place. Okay. But the fact that you had to wait 12... no option for that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. I don't like that. I don't know why they couldn't have just changed it.
And they have said it's impossible for a long time, but now they're kind of saying, we found a way. And I think they just started looking into it finally.
Classic. Yeah. I feel like these games and these software updates come out and they do these huge, crazy things. And you think they have the capabilities to just go in and make you change your username, but I guess that's way above their pay grade. It's so
interesting. I mean, if you designed a software for a system and then didn't include a menu or anything to... say, click here to change your username, and then no one's willing to go back and do it. It's crazy. Like, that's a Nintendo level omission, if you ask me. Like, that's a little silly, especially for Sony to be, spearheading the video game industry as a whole. Yeah, it's hilarious to me.
That is comical. But
I think it's funny that I would argue that Xbox software is miles better than PlayStation Network. PSN is more prone to crashes and hacks. Mm-hmm. It's down a lot.
Yeah.
Xbox Live has always been much more reliable, but it's just funny that even software kind of has always catered. Microsoft caters a little bit.
Right.
And they definitely cash grab for the changing of usernames after a certain point. But I think there's some complicated data entry stuff involved with that, like privacy rights and like the reservation of these names.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you are aware of this, but it was last year Xbox released free again the first 10,000 usernames ever created that were no longer in use meaning Xbox Live coming out on Xbox and Xbox 360. If you were one of the first 10,000 usernames,
you got
and then
a change?
And now your account has been idle for 10 years, meaning you had an Xbox back in the day. They're basically debunking those.
So my name could just be Andrew.
Exactly. Yes. And so this happened last year, maybe 2 years ago, but people were hype about it because all the Dans and the Jasons of the world were ready to wake up at midnight and then pay to get it, because Microsoft is basically saying, hey, all the common usernames now, nobody uses them.
Yeah.
So they re-upped them, but it's an interesting kind of dilemma there of what name you can do, and now it's all the ZXYX underscore whatever, and then you mirror it.
It's also interesting now that there's crossplay, because I'm noticing with PC the names are. I mean, I just feel like you have so much more freedom.
Right.
And I've just seen some weirder things on PC names.
Yeah.
As far as their modding, I don't know if they can change a setting or something.
Right.
But some of the names had colors on it or something, just weird things that I think that. I like Gamertags. Obviously, Gamertags is a cool thing. It's a way to call out to the world, but it's kind of silly that we're still thinking about, we can't even go in and change it.
Right.
We have to wait till 2019.
And it speaks to your point about earlier in the month when we talked about the release of the next consoles.
Yeah.
And we were just saying, fix what we need fixed still.
Just kind of do.
We're still peddling around with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's so interesting, especially with games like Fortnite now, where you have an epic username that's different from your video game username.
Yeah.
Some of that, I think the whole scope is changing.
Yeah, and see, that's what I mean with catered to PC gaming, because that just to me sounds like a PC thing. It means it's less of a video game and more of a server that you have to log on to. Are we playing RuneScape again? Or I'm buy this Xbox for something different.
Yeah.
But it's more reverting to just logging in, make an Epic account, log into this. It's what about my Xbox account?
No, exactly. I'm sticking with my username. I'm not too worried about anybody taking it or anything like that.
Well, that's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, crazy. And it has yet to come out. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's going to be weird. But story number 2. The Xbox released a new software update. Andrew, I see you grinning. The Xbox now supports Alexa, the voice assistant, alongside Cortana, who has existed
you have Alexa, right?
since the Kinect. Yes, I have an Amazon Echo as of a couple weeks ago.
So how does it work? How do you do it?
So once you're on the same Wi-Fi and you register the device to each other, so you go on Xbox, register Alexa, and vice versa. And then I could walk into my room and say, Alexa, turn on Xbox, and it'll turn right on.
Oh, wow.
And even you, if you had Kinect or a mic on, you can address Alexa within it as well.
Okay.
Microsoft and Amazon are partnered in this now.
That's pretty cool. So can you can I be Alexa, go search something on the Xbox store?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. To my knowledge, you can. I don't think you have to own an Amazon smart home assistant. I don't think so. I think it's integrated.
Wow.
But it's interesting because what I've run into is Cortana and Alexa both wanting to hear from me when I say a command, and they're just kind of fighting over it. My Kinect still responds.
Dude, you're popular these days on Xbox.
Yeah. I have no real life friends to talk to, but these
Cortana,
two
Alexa.
robot girls are fighting over it. No, yeah. But I'll say, Alexa, record that or something. Then if she's saying it'll still sometimes.
Cortana gets jealous, and
that's
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and I still say Cortana. I've been saying Cortana for over a year now to my Kinect. Which I now use since we actually stream. I never used to use it. Yeah. But in addition to the voice assistant update.
Wait, did you say stream? Is there a stream available? Did we stream something?
We did. We
really?
did stream something. We have 2 streams up.
No way.
One is the raw footage of our 2-hour Black Ops 4 stream, which was so much fun.
It was very fun.
It was a blast.
It was a really good time.
And
you
then
can go check that out on YouTube, guys.
Yes, Media Interactive. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We have those videos up. And then we also have one video kind of condensed, highlighted down. You did a very good job editing it, by the way.
Thank you.
I love to go back and
There's some funny bits in there.
It's funny.
We had some fun times on that.
And we're improving how we stream in terms of quality and what we're looking for. We're growing in that.
Listen, to all you people out there, we didn't know you could HD stream.
I didn't know it was a setting. I thought it would default to the highest quality possible. But
don't worry about it. It's all about the banter.
It defaulted to the most medium quality possible.
Classic.
It's
but
it knows me.
We'll get it next time, guys. Stay tuned for that. Yeah. Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, check out live stream. But, Andrew, this software update brought with it something else that I want to pick your brain about. Avatars are, I guess, back or better than ever, or maybe they've always been there. You explain to me why these stupid things are worth it. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I can't really explain to you why it's worth it, other than the idea that when I first got a 360, you got to choose your gamertag, and then you got to make your avatar.
Wow.
And those were the 2 things that went hand in hand.
Okay.
And you are attached to your gamertag. It's a thing. You say, hey, I'm this.
That's
I am
true.
CPZ.
So
that's
I take
me.
pride.
Take pride in that. used to take pride in avatars back then. Back in the day.
All I heard was you say the words "used to." That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so it's like they had it in the game. They had it in the console.
So 360.
Yeah, you can make one. It was really cool because when you went on your friends list, it was basically like each person had their own profile. I'm seeing less of that on Xbox One.
Okay.
More, it's just invite your friends really quickly. And 360 was more like Facebook. It felt like Facebook to me. It was. You went in, you saw the profile, you could do like a quote, you could do a location, your name, this and that. And part of that was you had an avatar. So it was like going to see a person. It was like when I go on Tommy's profile, I was going to go see what his quote of the day was, which who knows what that is. Right. And then you could see his avatar and then, gamer score, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Which also gamer score is less serious now.
That's very true.
That's a whole other story. So anyways, it's just kind of a call back to what 360 was.
So have you messed with the new update then and personalized your thing?
I like it. I like it only because it makes me think this is all the things that I want to do at 360 that I couldn't do. Like now they've added, it just looks prettier, more flashy, more items. I don't like the idea that you have to buy things for your avatar.
Yeah, that's a little silly.
That's stupid. But I don't know, just seeing your avatar up there, it's like an added level of I'm seeing you online.
No, I get that.
But it's really just a 360.
I wish there was, there's really nothing to it besides that. I rarely see it.
That's it.
I spent 20 seconds trying to make it as realistic as possible, and then 3 minutes making it as silly as possible.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So my avatar is a semi-similar person to me,
but
wearing a tuxedo, riding a unicorn.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes.
I think it's honestly similar to the conversation we just had. Like, some of these simple things that just don't get added for years, and then when they do come out, it becomes a bigger deal than it should be.
Okay.
Like, it shouldn't have been a big deal that Avatar... Like, people in the community wanted that to come back because, it was a nice
why
thing.
not have it there?
But since they waited so long, it's almost like a new update advertised, and you go in wanting something else, but it's just a minor...
And honestly, I think there's some marketing behind that, too. You have to pace out what you're going to put in your updates, or else who no one cares. Yeah. So I do think there's an element of them withholding stuff so they can release it at an opportune time, which I get as business. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. All in all, though, I like the software update. It's smooth.
Not complaining.
The software update before it, they redid some stuff with the home page and the My Games and Apps buttons. Some of it changed, but it's smooth now.
Yeah.
For sure, I've been enjoying it more than the PS4 as far as software is concerned. But there's not necessarily a surprise there. To end out the news stories of the week, Nintendo is in the news.
Wow, we got PlayStation, Xbox, and now Nintendo. Look at these.
It's almost like this podcast could be named something along those lines.
No,
like
that's too far.
Okay, fair enough. I'm
keep it forward.
New Nintendo Switch rumored for spring 2019. Kotaku article reports this, and they said that Nintendo, quote, is still debating what new hardware and software features to include in the upgrade.
So, is this like Xbox One S or is this like Xbox One X?
That's an excellent question. There are multiple things I want to get your feedback on. One is they released this information as a drop Easter egg hint at what's coming with no real information.
Okay.
If they're still correct me if I'm wrong, but if they're still debating what hardware and what software, they have very little direction.
Oh yeah. For 2019 release, that's just interesting to me.
For somebody to say, we're going to release a new console in 5 months and we don't know what it's going to look like or what it's going to have. Yeah. That basically is, I feel like that's them shouting from the back of the room, hey, we have a new console too coming out. Yeah. And then somebody follows up and says, what's it going to be? Oh, I don't know. But, what is that? Does that pique your interest that Nintendo ignores the console cycles that everyone else does? Like, what do you think about that?
I just have always considered Nintendo into that weird... just like that person in the back of the room that's like PlayStation, Xbox, front of the room, like talking, and then Nintendo's like, hey guys, we do our thing. Yeah. I was just watching a video of like half of the Switch games that are out right now have never been marketed or advertised. Like the idea of the Switch to me is still confusing. Yeah. Like what we're seeing is Mario Party and Breath of the Wild, but I was shocked to go look at the list of Switch games and realize it's actually pretty extensive. There's a lot of third-party Switch games that I just didn't know.
A lot of indies.
And so these things just kind of just happen. These just random things like new games, new console ideas. Like you have the new subscription service, which was advertised a little bit more, but these things just come and go. Like these things are just going, and they're just going too fast. Like I don't know. Yeah. And so I think like it is shocking to me. Like I think that technically it's shocking, but like knowing Nintendo, I'm just like, that's pretty. I can see that. What are your thoughts? Like, what as a Nintendo Switch owner, what does that mean to you?
Right. And I first saw the article and I was like, dang it! I just got my Switch. Yeah. I have a bad history of getting the console right before I should realize I need to wait. But It's going to be a small iteration, I think. One thing that's rumored is that they're going to up the screen resolution on the handheld.
Okay.
To make it an LCD screen.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. No.
I don't care.
No.
Some people think it'll just have stronger battery life for, again, the handheld portion of it.
But, like, why ship a new console for that?
But when that's the thing, Andrew, is I think these companies have found a way to not make it a big deal to upgrade their hardware a little bit. If they have an assembly line of Switches going, they might have it very doable where instead of an LED screen, make it an LCD screen. Mm-hmm. Potentially, that's one fraction of the assembly line. They just swap components. And now they market it as this big, brand new console, but it took them 35 minutes to switch. You know what I'm getting at?
I know what you mean, but I don't know if I like it.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I would rather see it on the shelf and have it in the corner of the new LCD screen. Like, it used to market that way. Yeah. You walk by a grocery aisle and you say, whoa, big colors and a pop and a sale, new LCD, whatever. Yeah. But now this 24/7 media cycle is just like new, better. And I mean, there's no way I'm upgrading my Switch.
Oh, yeah. How long has the Switch been out?
Oh, man. March 2017. Okay. So it'll be 2 years. They're releasing an iteration at 2 years.
That's too soon for a new...
And the reason they're doing it is that they're seeing a peak in sales, and I would argue because they did very well early.
Yeah.
Like, a peak in sales is not a bad thing inherently.
Correct.
But they want to push more, and I think this is a ploy to push more without them breaking their bank.
I would not be shocked if this changed to a big software update instead of a big console. I don't know if how serious this quote is.
Right.
But I can almost see spring 2019 having no hardware information.
Right.
To me, that just seems like they're going to be like, well, we're going to actually, in spring 2019, we'll tease something to come. But for now, we'll give you this big update. But honestly, I could see, the most that I could see was like an Xbox One S kind of thing.
Yep, I agree.
Make the Switch a little bit sleeker, smaller, faster, nicer.
Yeah.
Make the older one a little cheaper because I know it's a little out of some people's price range. I think making it a little bit more accessible to people might increase those sales, the early sales that they're seeing. Because I know personally people that are just waiting for that price drop and then they'll just immediately get it. Yeah. But that is shocking.
And last thing, why mention that before Black Friday sales of your current console?
Why mention it? Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
The whole
very
scheduling of it is...
It's very interesting, and maybe it leaked. Maybe the article's off. No one knows exactly what's going on. And if they're backing and saying, well, we're still debating what we're going to do, maybe there's not much there at all.
Yeah.
But I just found it interesting that was making news headlines.
Yeah.
Earlier
I feel like that's most exciting for people who don't have a Switch because that might mean a price reduction for the older Switch. Right. But for people who just bought their Switch that are sitting next to me, that's a little bit of annoying.
And again, Smash Bros. Is December 7th, so everybody in the world is going to want to Switch by then. Facts. So anyway, shout out to our patrons, dude, who have supported us our first month.
Patrons.
They are as follows. Brendan, your boy Brendan.
Let's go.
Jake, Jonah, Jonathan, Josh, Rosser, and Silas. Thank you guys so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/mediainteractive.
You guys rock.
Small monthly donations, dude, up to $3 max. Wow. We don't want anything more than that.
So you could just become a patron those list of people for $3?
Oh, easily. And even for $1 a month, Andrew, you can become a community member. You can get access to all the live streams. Everything we do live, you can become part of the conversation. We also do giveaways.
No way.
Jake, the patron I just mentioned.
He won probably 30 cents, right?
He won $10 to the Xbox Live store.
This
so much more than 30 cents.
Week, yeah.
30 cents could have got him an Avatar shoelace. But
okay, all right.
But anyway, he won for doing he's a $1 a month patron. So he has already netted $9 and has also been able to be a community member and share his gamer tag with us, be part of the conversation.
That's easy, man.
And it's so sweet, especially as we get rolling. I mean, we have a handful of patrons now.
Correct.
The money's rolling in. We're putting all that towards giveaways and stuff. So that's super cool to see.
Never
shout
a
out
better
to you guys.
Time to join.
More content comes when you guys support and are part of the conversation.
Yeah. So, thanks for our patrons.
2 new games to talk about before we talk about the behemoth that is Black Ops 4.
Let's do it, dude.
Super Mario Party, dude.
Yeah,
we mentioned it. We mentioned it last week a little bit.
Yeah.
I've played it. I think I've played 3 full games now, and then the little bit you and I just played. Yeah. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think it's slightly better than the average reviews of 8s, high 7s, low 8s out of 10. The change in the dice, the characters, and then the mini games are so fun.
That's what I just want everyone to know listening. The mini games are incredible.
The quality. They're so
and I feel like that is just showing the Switch at its finest. Mm-hmm. with there's a rumble aspect, so you could feel the controller vibrate, and then you'd have to do something.
Yeah.
The movement is perfect.
Yeah.
Even like, I mean, it's a long time since the Wii came out, but even to the end of the Wii's life, like some of the controllers, like you do it, and then 3 minutes later it
would still be off. Yeah.
But this Switch, I mean, it's like connected
it's just
to
the couch co-op is so fun. Like I'm a Mario Kart player at heart, but couch co-op is more fun in Mario Party because it's just hilarious to watch the chaos ensue.
How many players does it play? 8?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
Yeah.
And so then it's a 4-player minigame or 1v3 or 2v2.
Yeah.
Based on how you land on the board.
Yeah.
But it's
I like it. So if you guys are familiar with the last 2 iterations of Super Mario Party, 9 and 10, the game was kind of weird. I played 10.
Weird. It got weird.
And all the characters were together. If you're familiar with old Mario Party games, each person is its own person. You had your own character, you had your own
move around the board separately.
But in 9 and 10, they put you all on the same card to encourage everyone to be together. I don't know, Nintendo, who knows?
So dumb. What a
and
gimmick.
So
what a gimmick.
The past 2 games I've been playing on Wii U with my family and just being like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
We're all playing this stupid... I don't have any say in this. So you're seeing more of... it. I didn't know that this was a non-numbered Mario Party. Having it say Super Mario Party kind of signals to me a different kind of thing. I thought it was just like Super Mario Party 11 or Mario Party something, but it's Super Mario Party. It's just like to me, it's like a refresh on the series.
Sure.
So it's like a combination of the things that happened and then kind of bringing it into this game. And I like that. I like it. I only played like 30 minutes, but it seems a little bit more like the original game, and that's cool. The ally system is cool. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, and some people don't like the boards of the game. I enjoy them. Yeah. I think it's great. It's versatile. If you land on a certain spot, you can get an ally and pick a different character from the game, and then get to use
each
their
of them
die,
have a
their
different
own unique die.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting.
You can use a regular dice of 1 through 10 or 1 through 6, or it's a risk and reward system. So you might have 2 5s.
Yeah. So there's actually a choice to be made when you pick a character.
Yeah, it's not just rolling the dice anymore. Yeah. You have to think and plan ahead and move around. And so there's an element of strategy that I don't think was there before. It was all luck.
Yeah. So some psycho players might protect their one character and not let anyone else.
All right, so this is
a
subtle throwing shade there. I play Boo. I have a main, okay? Everyone has a main, okay? If I'm playing Mario Kart, my main is Koopa Troopa.
Okay, but if someone takes that, what do you do?
Squeal. Like I cry. Like I make noises until they stop. And then Toon Link is my main in Smash Bros. Don't even see me Toon Link. And then King Boo.
Hey, we'll find out December.
Boo, yeah, December 7th. That's true. Please don't take Toon Link. All right, we'll talk about this later. Like I'll literally kill you. Yeah, there are other characters in here. Stop being dumb. Anyway, I was Boo. You were who are you? Oh, Shy Guy. You were Shy Guy. Yeah.
Okay, well I picked.
You played
Boo
like
first.
it too.
Okay,
you played like it too. Full disclosure, we played 30 minutes of Super Mario Party before this recording.
And we lost.
And the computer players each got a star, and then Andrew and I essentially tied for last.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It felt good to just quit the game and then do this. Yeah, I think the game's great. I love it. I'm excited to actually get 4 people in a room and play couch co-op.
How does Nintendo do like post-launch content? Like with Breath of the Wild or Mario Kart even. I know Mario Kart, it's paid expansions or no? Because I'm confused, like, with Mario Party, is it going to be continually updated with new boards and new characters, or is it paid?
Yeah, it's a good question. I doubt it. They very rarely do post-launch content, very rarely. Mario Kart and Smash will annualize new maps or something like that.
Yeah.
For very small amounts of money, like $3 a track or something.
So you can expect that game is the game.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Yes, 100%. There's a chance they bring more stuff to it. I hope they do. Again, though, this is their first Mario Party launch since the Switch.
Yeah.
And if they're doing Nintendo Online stuff, maybe their model is changing, and I hope it is. Because I talked to you about the price of Nintendo cartridges, how Mario games always stay $60.
Yeah.
If they're doing post-launch content, is that going to change the way Mario ages?
Yeah.
Because they know they have an audience that will pay money for it. But it'll be very interesting to see. But it's a fun game, dude.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
There's something else came out, though. Some other video game.
No, I don't think.
It was like
Portal 2.
Portal 2.5, right? It's like a Lion King 1.5 kind of thing.
Call of Duty.
Black Ops 4.
Modern Warfare.
I think it's my favorite game.
Oh, wow.
I can already say
it's
my favorite
Call of Duty game. You just laid the cards right on the table.
It's my favorite Call of Duty game.
Favorite Call of Duty game? Okay, that's the end of the sentence.
Yes.
Wow.
And again, you got to consider my gaming history. I didn't grow up.
No,
midnight release of Modern Warfare, but
Say it, yeah.
I don't know. Blackout, man.
Yeah.
Like, I love. I mean, overall impression. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's just different. It's more strategic, more tactical. The Call of Duty fun, the characters, the guns are all there. It looks like a Call of Duty game, but it feels different. And we talked a little bit about that before with the beta on our stream. Check that out on YouTube. But
Amen.
It's different, and I love it too. I think that they exceeded expectations on Blackout. I think they exceeded expectations even on multiplayer.
Yeah, that's
with zombies. There's a lot there. I was
not expecting that to be that good.
There's even this is a random thing, but there's a zombies tutorial which is pretty cool. I'm fascinated right now because I think that what you're seeing is this is specifically speak to you and your character in the Call of Duty world is. Some people that are new to the franchise for so long, from basically the whole time we were in the college, like the past 4 years, they've launched Call of Duty games that are it's like a drug. You stab yourself with the Call of Duty and you know what you're getting.
Right.
To people outside of that, it's a little intimidating. Right. You don't understand it. You don't know the systems. You don't know the maps. They're basically remastering the old maps.
Sure.
They're bringing in things. You're seeing less of original ideas and just more fast-paced things. And so it was a breath of fresh air to go in and see that they have tutorials for all these game modes. It was almost like if you were to join Call of Duty right now, you wouldn't be left. Excuse me. Yeah. You would be a part of that community. And so I did the zombie tutorial, and I was like, for the last 10 games, I don't think they had that.
Okay.
And so it was like it was silly because like I knew it, but also it was like that's pretty cool that they explained it to someone that may entering. So all I'm saying is I think they put thought into it. Like they actually cared about it more than just let's ship 30 maps. With no servers that can handle it. And just go. Yeah. But so far, like with launch, the speeds are all right. Other than like quads on Blackout. Yeah. It's pretty legit. And sure. Yeah, tell me a little about your Call of Duty experience and then why this one tops the rest.
Yeah, my first owned and embraced Call of Duty launch and purchase was Advanced Warfare, which was the futuristic one from a couple years ago. Kind of started off weak. It was actually Sledgehammer's first. The developers first.
Oh, you're right.
And I enjoyed it. We played a lot of it at JMU and everything. But since then, I've been wondering, okay, like World War II was great. Yeah. But it wasn't groundbreaking. Yeah. If that makes sense. And so ever since Fortnite, and then again, ultimate reason I love this Call of Duty, and I'm so like pleasantly surprised it exceeded my high expectations. Yeah. It was the PUBG I never thought possible. Yeah. It really is with that Blackout mode. And I have hardly touched zombies, just the stream we did where it was mass chaos and no one knew what was going on. Yeah. It was so much fun, but I had no clue, not a clue what to do. So I need to go back and do the tutorials and try the different game modes.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Okay, I want to do it, but I can't. I get on and I'm out playing Blackout or Chaos TDM. Yeah. Player balance is great. The class system is great. Yeah. I've had no complaints with gameplay or frame rate or launch or anything. I do know quads is a little bit has a frame rate kind of drop and dip to it. Yeah. But all around a solid game. And we're not the only ones who think that. Yeah. The game has reviewed very well. Metacritic gives it an 86%. And again, Metacritic bothers me because you have just people going in and giving it zeros and just going on a rant. It's just a little silly. But IGN gave Zombies Mode an 8.5. I think they're still reviewing and testing servers everywhere else. But it seems high 8s, mid to high 8s out of 10, which is that's a great game on most scales.
And it's selling, man. Like
it's selling so much. And so you pointed out a couple days ago, digitally, it has more than doubled the sales of World War II last year.
It's the best digital launch.
Best digital launch for Call of Duty ever. And so what's interesting about that is that going to be the case every year now? Because more and more people are buying digital. Yeah. Is it a credit to the game or is it a credit to the industry?
I think it's a credit to the industry.
I think so too. Yeah. I think the game is selling well. I think everybody and their mother has it. I mean, for instance, the Packers played last night, Green Bay, Monday Night Football. Yeah. There was a Clay Matthews commercial playing Black Ops 4.
Really?
And the joke was roughing the player.
Oh, man. That's actually funny.
And it was hilarious. Yeah. But they were ready to advertise that game, and basically everybody and their mother's playing it. Yeah. And it's cool to see that. But Yeah, no,
I think it's also like a little bit a small factor is like what you were saying with Mario Parties. You got to pre-load it onto your Switch.
Yes,
you're seeing that I think now on digital launches. If I'm correct, you can go in and pre-order and then pre-download
like a 50 gig download,
and then you're just ready. And I think and of course you want to get midnight because it's the hype of the midnight launches that we used to experience. Where now you can, especially now with big games like Red Dead coming out. Of like that's going to be a big download. And I don't want to get the launch and then have to sit there and watch my Xbox download it.
Right.
Digital, that's just where the industry is going.
There was such a small window where you wanted disc because the download size isn't as big because some of it's on the actual disc. Yeah. But now it's pre-downloadable. Yeah. So the midnight release becomes you anticipating at 11:50 on your couch. Yeah. Ready to play at midnight. Right. That didn't used to be the case. A midnight release meant at 3 a.m. it'll finish downloading, and then it's buggy for 72 hours. And again, the Call of Duty launch was super smooth.
Yeah, I was super surprised.
And I loved it.
One thing I guess I dislike we played. We were playing split screen. You cannot see on that screen, and I don't know if they're gonna change it. I mean, granted, a lot of games that are coming out, AAA games, are not shipping with split screen. So I am happy. Yeah, but also like. TDM was miserable.
Well, why disappoint me like that? We were in a lobby ready to split screen. I was like, let's go. Yeah. And then that thing took up. They cut off the widescreen view, so it's smaller than your actual TV. Yeah. It's blurry. You really can't see much.
The maps look different, and it just seems thrown in there. And I think couch play is something that people should take more seriously because you're seeing a revitalization of that. Right. And I think that if they were going to put that in the game, another thing is I actually played the single player. So there's actually a story mode. Like there's
for the characters, right?
Yeah, and so I was confused, and I was just like exploring on the menu, and it was one of the little things that came up on the menu was beat each level to uncover the real story of Black Ops 4, and I was intrigued.
That's like some Overwatch type stuff.
It was like there was actually a story going behind it. So I played it. I actually enjoy it. The stories behind the characters are interesting. I mean, they're not going to make you feel like it's a better character arc than Batman Begins, but. They were interesting, and I had fun. And if you get up to the veteran level, they're pretty tough. And I just feel like there's like pockets of thing in that game that like they're actually pretty cool. It's not just they didn't just ship a battle royale game and said here pay $60.
True.
Battlefield 5. They're actually taking time to make a full game. Yeah. And so. Yeah, I didn't really like split screen. I think there's still some balancing issues on the different games, but that will just be fixed in update. And so far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing, dude. It's a good time.
I love it. My only complaint was the quads connectivity issues, just a little bit. People's biggest complaint is that it doesn't have a campaign. Yeah. And the other complaints I read in their reviews were just like multiplayer didn't run smoothly. I disagree with that statement 1,000%. But also... Were these people surprised that there wasn't a campaign when they put the game in? Because guess who told us that 13 months ago?
3 years ago?
Yeah, exactly. And then I think if you're sitting on a bad review waiting to just throw it at the wall, because you're... First of all, the percentage of players that... Did you cherish Call of Duty? When's the last time you cherished a Call of Duty campaign? I get it if you liked them 5 years ago. Okay, amen. Why are people still complaining about campaigns?
It's just people want to complain.
Okay, fair enough.
If they had, here's what would happen. If they had a campaign in the game, people would be complaining about the campaign. They didn't care. Why did they put a campaign in? Right. Because there's not a campaign, people just want to complain.
That whole portion of the studio was redirected to develop Blackout and develop your character stories and the zombies. Zombies has 3 campaigns, if you think about it. You want a campaign? I'll give you 3 of them. It's a zombie storyline. Yeah. I think people just hate on it to hate on it. The game's selling incredibly well. Yeah. Everybody's enjoying it. There's a feeling in the air. Yeah. Correct. Like coworkers at work will be like, dude, Call of Duty. I'll be like, bruh, Call of Duty. Yeah. And that's the entire conversation.
And it's pretty accessible to people. You don't have to be like the best Call of Duty player to get in and have fun in a team deathmatch. Because they make it more tactical, more like you don't have to have the best gun to beat the game. Yeah.
And here are some specific things I love that maybe you can speak to as well. I love the map of Blackout. I like the remastering of maps. Okay, another people complain. Well, they're like, where are the original maps? It's all old Call of Duty maps. And I said, They marketed it at that map is... And it looks great. It's nostalgia at the best degree.
That map is better than Fortnite's map.
Yes.
At me 1,000%. On Xbox, Twitter, in person if you disagree with that.
And I'm so fatigued with Fortnite, so this is a breath of fresh air. But the maps are excellent. I love the Blackout map as a whole. I think there's enough separate components.
The one thing we talked about in the stream was that there was a little bit of trees, a lot of foliage in between the named locations.
I've started to like it though.
You do?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, I think they should just vary up. I hope they like update it and they just put in like a pool randomly or like a desert or like just a
I think they might. I
golf
hope
course.
They do.
Because it's just the same tree.
It definitely is just trees.
Yeah.
But there's a feeling of bouncing from town to town of like, oh
I
shoot,
agree.
like there's a Walking Dead element of we have to go
That's actually
somewhere.
what I
you know
was
what
thinking,
I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're walking through it's realistic in that sense, right? You're walking through the woods and you're like, okay, frick, like what direction are they coming from? What tree are that? So I don't, and again, that's a thin line. Like I don't want them to add too much to where I'm bouncing from house to house.
Yeah, that's fair. And I will speak of that, like the survival aspect of the game is so intense.
So intense.
We had a action sequence at the farm around the cornfield, and it was like Fortnite doesn't get that intense. No, Fortnite gets you stressed because of the competitiveness, but PUBG had the like intense factor, but it just didn't work.
Yeah.
This combines the fast pace and the fun elements of Fortnite with the intense moments of PUBG to make a truly. It felt like playing a Mission Impossible game, and you knew you were gonna die and then leave the game.
Great. 1080p when you're laying. Like I was prone in a cornfield. The shield was there.
Yeah.
So I'm already feeling trapped.
Yeah.
But then you hear gunfire. You see footprints across the other.
The sound is really good.
Like we were like, I mean, we were in a chat together. Like, we stopped focusing on the gameplay, and we're like, "This looks great." Like, I feel like I'm in a movie. I stopped playing. Oh, yeah. I almost dropped my controller. I was like, "This is so whack." Yeah. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And we survived, and we ran, and it was just such a cool moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of fun moments
that a cartoonish Fortnite simply can't deliver. And I know the building in Fortnite's great. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But this is different in the best of ways.
Yeah, I wish they explained the challenges a little bit more.
Yes.
It seems like something you have to Google and understand. Because I got a skin, I didn't know what I did for it, and I looked it up, and I had to like pick up 15 medical items and then place top 3.
I definitely still don't know much about the game. I would argue that there's a lot I don't know.
Yeah, and I like how, because, you know, it almost started with zombies where they would throw in so many Easter eggs. If you turned on this many lanterns, you got a different gun. They're really keen on doing that. They really enjoy it. But also at some point, like, tell us what your game is. Like, almost like, tell us what you're doing. And I feel like that, I suffer from that because sometimes I just want to look it up and, like, have to go in different forums and hear all the Call of Duty people talking about how to do it.
Right.
Click on 30 different YouTube videos. I just want them to tell me, do this quest.
Give me a walkthrough, give me something. Yeah.
But,
and that's what's so interesting is I love the inventory system.
Yeah.
Especially, like, equipping your loadout and stuff, the quick inventory and stuff.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff I pick up, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
But it looks cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's where, I mean, PUBG was a nightmare to try to pick up something or move around quickly.
Yeah. They had in World War II a firing range where you could test out guns before the game.
And it was HQ, the mini lobby.
That would be sweet to have in Blackout.
I mean, it's kind of there though with the multiplayer lobby.
I mean, yeah, but it's 20 seconds.
But it was exactly. Yeah.
I would like to go in and just be able to like.
It should be more structured for sure. But.
Well, I think we'll see a lot of content now. Depending on if it's free or paid,
right? And again, I haven't loved Call of Duty as much as I do right now, so I don't know if I bite the bullet on a season pass or what. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and that's where I think that my opinion will sway on this because almost similar to Destiny, when you ship a game and then a year later it's amazing, but you have to pay $300.
Right.
I probably will bite the bullet on a couple of DLC packs for Call of Duty, but I'm going to be frustrated. And it might take down my opinion about it when someone asks me, how was your last Call of Duty experience? I'll be like, it launched really good, but then a year later I spent $300, and now it's the only way I can play to keep up with the trend.
Somebody mentioned a world where Call of Duty no longer came out every year. It was just a massive software update. So now Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer simply add Blackout maps.
Yeah.
They add game modes. They add to what you already have. And it becomes sort of an expansion, kind of like you were saying.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if what we have now stays, the Black Ops 4 ID, and then we move on. Is next year's Sledgehammer Blackout, is it going to be called Blackout? Is it going to play the same?
It's going to be interesting for
what
the
in the world is that going to look like?
Battlefield 5 realized their mistakes.
Battlefield 5, yeah. But man, what a game.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm excited to keep playing it.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll end up streaming it at least 1 or 2 more times.
Play with us on Xbox. We're available to play if you guys want to play.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll be streaming it more.
And follow us on social media as well to keep track of everything we're doing. And subscribe to our YouTube at Media Interactive. All our content goes up. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at MInteractive, XYZ.
Yeah.
But that's out now.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Looking ahead at what's to come. Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out October 26th.
That is so soon.
I'm increasingly getting excited for it.
These games are coming out really fast.
Yeah. So next week, our podcast X, Y, and Z, we're going to focus on that a little bit. We're going to talk about our expectations, our hopes, what we'd like to see.
Sure.
So that'll be great. That comes out at the end of October. In addition to what's coming out at the end of October, Andrew, is our first ever podcast remastered. October 30th, we will be doing that. Wait, what
does that mean, Caleb? What is that podcast about?
That podcast is going to be our opportunity to talk about whatever we want, however we want, with whoever we want.
Wow.
Over at patreon.com/Media Interactive. So we're going to be able to talk about, and I've been dying to talk about some of this stuff.
I know you
TV,
have.
movies, music, whatever.
Yeah.
All hands on. Talking about that. It's going to be great. But yeah, that's going to be available for Tier 3 patrons over at patreon.com/Media Interactive. And that's going to be an exclusive private podcast sent to them. So if you are donating $3 a month, you can get that.
Yeah. And right now, that's a small number of people. So they're getting a podcast to themselves,
literally to themselves.
Addressed.
And also, as we continue on, we can get them more involved and say, hey, here's when we're recording. Do you want to be a part of it?
Yeah. So definitely reasons to be a part of that community.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then also just to all the community members that donate and become patrons, I mean, you get to be a part of everything we do. We will invite you to be. We want this to be a conversation, like you mentioned, and we want to be co-creators with you guys.
Absolutely.
And so we're definitely excited about that. Other releases coming out soon. Fallout 76 releases November 14th. I can't invent a scale that describes how unexcited I am for that game.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, I can. There's a scale, 0 to 10.
Here we
go. It's a big fat goose egg.
This is the two halves of Caleb: the hype beast on Call of Duty, and then
beast. Dude, COD, man. Like
disappointment beast on
Fallout 76.
Negative Nancy over here.
76 reasons to avoid that game. Listen, you tell me what.
If you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching this YouTube stream eventually, please support me on that. Just support me with the idea that Fallout is coming to consoles and it's multiplayer. Now, am I worried? Yes. Am I anxious? Yes. Am I going to be really hesitant to buy this game? Absolutely.
Are you going to buy it?
And that's where I don't know. And so here's the thing.
Stressing me out, Andrew.
I know. And here's the thing that is the biggest worry for me right now is just not even listening to people talk. I mean, people have talked about it, but just watching it is simply there are no NPC characters. There are no people that you can find in the world that are not online real human beings. That is crazy to me. So basically how you find quests is audio files. You run across different letters. You do this and that.
Yeah.
You don't see people. And I know it's like a survival game, blah, blah, blah. But if you guys have played Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, the quirky characters are kind of half of the game. I mean, it's not like quirky like Borderlands, but like some of the characters are really funny and just like out there. And maybe we should save all these thoughts for next week because I know we're running over time a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit for sure. And I'm also noticing I chose the wrong game to complain about because Battlefield 5 releases November 20th.
So we could just do a whole negative segment right after the hype segment.
I mean, that game's dead to me. Like, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'll join the negative Nancy train on that one. Because
thank you.
That game
your presence is welcome.
Wow.
We played the beta.
Majorly disappointed.
Yeah. Fallout 76, I wish it the best. I'm going to watch what happens with it.
He's doing that just for me. If I didn't say anything...
I hope success. I wish success. I'll gladly watch squirm alone in that game. Yeah. Battlefield 5, do not buy it. You heard it here.
It's just so interesting to me because it's basically...
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Why would you buy that amidst everything else?
You don't. You
Who turns away COD and then Red Dead
Mark
and then goes for Battlefield?
Listen to this podcast and know that we're predicting that sells 12 copies.
12 copies.
12.
And
barely
eight of those copies are related to the developers of the game.
Yeah.
So it's just, they kind of just bring it home once they're done.
12 copies.
12, a dozen. A dozen copies. So maybe get your hands on them. They might be worth a lot of money because there's only 12 of them.
So look forward to the next podcast because we just scratched the surface on all that, didn't we?
Negative Nelly goes out the door because Super Smash Brothers, dude, December 7th, Christmas hype train.
Yeah, that's
I'm
Christmas
going to
season.
wear red and green and then watch Mario and Luigi fight each other.
I'm going to be Toon Link, right?
No, stop, Andrew. That's not even funny.
No, I'm excited. Honestly, I haven't seen anything about it.
That's fine. Dude.
Maybe I've just avoided
I've seen
it.
everything, and it's good.
But I'm really excited.
Yeah, there was a Nintendo Direct, about 30 minutes content straight, gameplay, character reveals, and more to come. It's still down the road, December 7th, but that'll probably finish out the year. Honestly, I don't know what else is coming.
What a fall to expect. Get ready for.
But we're just getting started, man. All
Exactly.
this video game stuff.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Any parting words? Any last thing you want to say?
Just buy Fallout 76, everyone.
No,
if you're listening to
I should not have even given you the opportunity.
No. Definitely really excited for the stuff that's coming.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I know both Caleb and I have been really happy with the support we've gotten, and as we finish out this first month, I just want to say thanks to all you guys.
Yes,
and we'll get a little bit more sentimental later, but the streams are so fun. The YouTube is so fun. These podcasts are a blast, and you guys make it a blast. So thanks to all you guys, and that's my parting words.
Yeah, those are really good. I need not say anything, but I will anyway.
Fallout 76.
Nope, stop. You
See how I ruined it?
Stop ruining moments. By the end of the month, we will have that exclusive podcast out. We're going to do another giveaway.
A Q&A session.
Q&A session
so many
as well
things to look forward to.
Oh, yeah. And we're also going to do a Red Dead live stream. Day 1, that's Friday
amazing.
the 26th.
Yeah, get excited.
We're going to live stream. I'm going to free roam around the game. I'm not trying to drive through the story and show people the story. I just want to show gameplay a little bit. And then also chat about the game's development. And whoever wants to join, that'll be a Twitch stream that we'll put out in the links. But look forward to that. And then we will see you next week on XYZ as we talk about all things video games and all things entertainment.
Game on. What do you say?
Much love. No, that's mine.
I don't know what you said. I was trying to steal it.
Much love. Keep gaming.
On.
Nope. Okay, you need to stop talking while I'm talking, okay? I'm so done with you. All right, we're just going to end it there. Goodbye. Much love. Game on.
Love you.